Hi, welcome back to the Healing Herd. Today I'm working with Kazu on haltering and bridling with his Bitless bridle. I start off with a bit of love and give him a quick brush down. It is also a learning experience for him as he doesn't really like being groomed and tends to get bored and wander off, so I'm rewarding him for standing still. He did really well and he barely moved at all.
You know, love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
The one time he moved off was here, and he moved to follow me because he thought I was walking off, but he figured it out after a second that I was just going to his other side. I'm really proud of them because although it only sounds like a simple grooming session, I was able to do all the tricky parts, especially under his belly, without him moving off at all. Now I start the haltering. You can see he's forgotten a little bit about last time we did this, as he's a bit more hesitant to put his nose in the halter. Make what he has to do to get a reward less than where we left off last time, to not overwhelm him, so he just has to touch the halter to get a reward. He quickly remembers, so it doesn't take very long for him to start poking his nose in. It only takes a handful of times before he can keep his nose in the halter as well. Occasionally he gets a little confused with his manners command, that's why he turns his head to the side like that, but I just call his name and the verbal cue halter to get him to come round, and if that doesn't work, I get his attention by nudging him in the shoulder with my elbow. He has a bit of a confusion moment here, so I stop lifting the halter up to him, take a deep breath, and give him a minute to think about it.
Love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
He walks off right here and I can really feel his frustration, so I put the halter down and give him a scratch before giving him space to walk back to me if he wants to. I click and reward when he returns to tell him that I like that he did that. I decided to give him a break from the repetitiveness of the halter and try his bridle instead. I'm training Kazu Bitless, so it makes this part a lot easier. It's just my preference to do Bitless. I have my opinions of my bits on my blog, which is linked in the description if you want to go read that. First challenge is to just get the reins over his head. I reward for just lowering his head and touching the reins at the start. The Bitless bridle I am using is the Bitless bridle. I can give a personal review on it if anyone is interested. Do this for a bit, and then I encourage his head through using a treat, and from here I can easily pop the reins over his head and he doesn't mind a bit. Apologies for the bad angle of the video. I hope you can still get the idea of what I'm doing. I used the same voice cue, halter, for the bridle too. Although you'd think the bridle would be exactly the same as the halter, it's not, and Kazu struggles a lot more with this than the halter for some reason. I believe the two main reasons Kazu struggles with the bridle so much more than the halter. The first being the sheepskin appears to bother him because if I take it off, he doesn't seem to mind so much, and the bridle also has to be pulled over his face when it's put on instead of just looped over his neck like the halter. Otherwise, I don't know if it has a smell or a sound or anything that's different, but that's my best guess. Bit of a cute moment happens here. I take a little break because I'm just talking to my mum, and I'm holding the bridle beside me and he comes over and checks it out. I click on reward for this behaviour because I encourage curiosity, and he looked pretty cute anyway. I next try something a little different than I'd usually do. I put the bridle over his ears first instead of the nose. He doesn't like this, but I just reward for him for holding still and relaxing.
Love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
That one right there was excellent. He didn't move away or put his ears back at all. I try the other side to see if he's any better, and it doesn't make a difference. Unfortunately here my camera went flat, but all I did after this was continue for a couple times, then go back to the nose a little and then finish up. He didn't make that much extensive improvement, but I was pretty happy with what he did that day since I could tell he was a bit more frustrated than usual. I hope you enjoyed this little video or learned something. See you next time with the Healing Herd.